Good day. God bless you. Welcome back, guys. My name is Zach, and this is episode 48 in the Healthy, Wealthy, Happy series. If you have been following along, I am on my 3-day eating window, and today was day one. So, got up early this morning, got some stuff done. As you can see, I removed some stuff around. Still got some cleaning to do. Got some bins and sorting through my storage locker and getting things all figured out. I'm gonna slide this back. I got a little more room on a bigger table here now. So I had breakfast, lunch, and dinner today. Had my steak and some fried rice this morning. I chopped up some steak and made some fried rice with it, with some steak and rice. It was really it was a pretty good portion. It was a maybe like 1 cup of rice and like a 6 or 7 ounce New York strip with some seasoning, some oyster sauce and fish oil, and soy sauce and some hot garlic chili, and it was just delicious breakfast. Then had no snacks, stayed busy, started moving stuff around and organizing my storage. And my son had called me to go to the gym today, so I was kind of on a crunch to get some stuff done. Had lunch, so I had breakfast at like 7 in the morning. Had lunch at noon. What did I have for lunch? I had the rice and the steak for breakfast. I gotta write these things down. I can't remember what I had for lunch. I'm clueless. Did I skip lunch? I'm sure I ate lunch. I just don't remember what it is. And then me and my 13-year-old, we got a good workout. Did like 20 minutes on the treadmill. Um, Maybe 15. I can't remember. And then we did a 30-minute circuit. So we were both sweating and had a real good workout. And then we did go get dinner, which was a not good dinner. I'll just tell you, it was like a fast food restaurant, and we just went and wrecked it. But I didn't feel too bad. I had a good breakfast and lunch, good workout, not so great dinner, but no snacking in between, no other foods or anything. And it's still blowing my mind. I can't remember what I had for lunch. I had meat in the fridge. I almost think maybe I forgot to eat lunch. Oh no, I had some nectarines. I had 4 nectarines. Can you hear? I'm less congested. I told you. Um, I hate it when people say "I told you so." I had mentioned it in yesterday's video that I'm claiming victory and my body's going to wipe it out in 24 to 48 hours. And I'm telling you right now, I'm trying to feel is it 50% gone? I'm feeling it's like more than 50% gone from where I was yesterday. And I'm crediting that a little bit to they had like some good peaches and nectarines and oranges and stuff, and I wanted to get something to just load up on, so I got some nectarines and I ate. I carved them up and got the pits out and cut them up into chunks, and then I had some hard cheese. That was my lunch. I had 4 nectarines and like one of those squares, like a big block of cheese, like that big. So it was a lot of calories, but it was a healthier, low carb. Depending on what you feel about cheese, I'm kind of up in the air. I could take it or leave it. I enjoy it, but as far as dietarily, I don't know. I think you can probably skip it unless you're going to really limit it. Um, and then dinner was, like I said, it was a little worse, but overall, I think I'm still around the 2,500, maybe even up to 2,800 calorie range for the day. But if you count that I got a good hard workout in, it was about a good day. So I think my weight is probably close to where it was the last couple days. It's probably a couple pounds more today that I ate so much, but like after I cleanse out and stuff. So let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 121, verses 1 and 2. I lift up mine eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. So I'm looking today to call upon that help. Lean not on your own understanding. Lean not on your own ability to get this done. whatever it is you're trying to do in life, what does the Bible say we should actually be doing with our lives, Trying to become rich? I haven't seen a single Bible verse that said that. Stay healthy, plenty of Bible verses about that. Really, the Bible barely addresses it, though, because you shouldn't be eating unhealthy. You should never be unhealthy to begin with to have to get back in shape. Just follow the diet laws in the Bible and you'd be fine. Oh, I got a Sun Tzu one too. Sun Tzu says, he will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. And to all of my brothers out there that have been married for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, especially them guys been out there for 60 years being married for that long. My ex-wife's, it was actually my ex-wife's birthday today. Anyway, my ex-wife's grandparents are still alive, and they have been married like over 60 years. I think they had their anniversary a couple of years ago. So I was digging around in the garage. I picked up my son. It's like a 35-minute drive. Went and got him. 35-minute drive one way. Drove back and went to the gym for an hour. Went to dinner. 35-minute drive, dropping back off. 35 minutes. But it was my day off of work. I got nothing else to do. We listened to some good Audible books on the way home. On the way down there back to the gym, we talked. And then on the way back, we wanted to listen to some encouraging Audible books. So we listened to some Jordan Peterson, 12 Rules for Life, The Antidote to Chaos. Just like the first chapter. So, this is good. So if you've been following along, I like 2 weeks ago, I hit 248, which I was pretty pumped because that's the first time I've been under 248 since like the beginning of last summer, not this summer of 2022, but like the summer before that, even the middle. Once I started dating my last girlfriend, I weighed under 250, but I haven't weighed under 250 since. So I was pretty excited to hit 248. But then 8 days later, after I ate and fasted again, I was 250. So I had gained 2 pounds. But Karen, who I saw at the gym today, who I haven't seen for a couple weeks, as soon as me and my son were warming up on the treadmill before we did our circuit workout, and the first thing she walked up, she noticed I tanned, and she's like, "Do you go somewhere?" I'm like, "There's tanning booths right here." Oh, she's like, "Oh yeah." She's like, "Oh, it looks like you've lost some weight. How much have you lost?" And I'm like, "I'm still like 20 pounds down." Well, it was encouraging because she hasn't seen me since the exact time frame of where I didn't lose weight on that last 8 day cycle of 4 eating and 4 fasting. So it made me feel pretty good, but it made me realize, well, I have been pumping pretty hard in the gym now for a couple months, and it wouldn't be any stretch of the imagination to think I toned up a couple pounds of muscle in that time. So like I said, I'm in my 3-day eating window, and I had breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Got good workout in. I think I would have, like I said, life happens. I kind of felt like I was overdoing it with the life happens today, though, because I didn't have to go. I didn't have to eat with my son. I could have just grabbed him. Because we were just eating and bringing him back home anyway. So we could have just went through the drive-thru, and I could have got him that food, and then he could have ate it as we drove back home, and then I could have ate when I got back home. And I thought about it. So it's just a matter of discipline, and the discipline actually gets easier. People think you need to be more and more and more disciplined, but what you really need to be is more and more and more relaxed about it, and know that you can do it. It's just calm down. I wanted to eat some junk food this morning. I because I bring up the blizzard all the time. I just happened to think of it on one of my videos that it would be a delicious treat. And I thought about it this morning, it made me think, it just happened to be the one I pulled out of my hat. I could have said a big bag of chips or something, and that would have been the one on my mind too. But the point is, I thought of it this morning, and I was like, I'm going to have one. And I'm gonna think about having it, but not today. I'll have it, in a month. It kind of reminded me where I had a beer on New Year's Eve, and then, then I just happened to have one 23 days later, and it's like, that's enough. That's plenty. Let's see if I can go the whole year, because I'm gonna post a video every day of New Year's Eve didn't even count for this year. So far this year, I've had one beer. Let's see if I can keep it down to like under a 12-pack, or at least maybe under a case, depending. because it'll happen where I go out and have 4 or 5 beers at once in a blue moon. So I better say we keep it under a case for the year. A 12 pack would be really tough. I'd have to try to keep it under a 12 pack, but I could probably keep it under a case without even trying. And I've done this before too. Like I said, McDonald's gets a little more bashing hate than they should because all fast food. It doesn't even have to be a fast food restaurant. What's making their food so much worse than junk food at the grocery store? The junk that the cookies and cakes you make for your kids at home is still full of sugar and just terrible for you anyway. But I've done it where I've tried to see how long I can go without going to McDonald's. I mean, they got like 38,000 franchises worldwide. They're not struggling if I don't go, I don't think. And I've made it multiple years at a time without going. And I haven't done it lately. I know for a fact I went, I don't know, 6 times last year, or 4 times or something. I went more than I would normally go. It has become a little tradition where I'm up hiking a Superior Hiking Trail. And I always lose a ton of weight because I don't eat enough and I don't drink enough. And I'm hiking from morning till night for days on end. Sometimes I'm by myself. I'm listening to my Audible books, my motivational books, and sometimes I just walk for 16 freaking hours, and just space out. I don't even hardly eat and don't. The one time I lost like just a ridiculous amount of weight in a 3-day hike, like 3 nights, 4 days, where call it like 72 hours later, I got back in the car and I was literally like, I can't even remember. It was like 30 pounds or something. It was 28 pounds. It was a lot. And I was so drained. And the closest restaurant was a McDonald's. This is say like 3-4 years ago. So I swung in there and I got like this, big combo meal or something. The French fries are the best part. I wrecked them. Well, then it became a tradition, where when I'm leaving my hiking to go to McDonald's. So I know I went up there a few times last summer. And I probably stopped every time I left. So my theory has come true. Because now I'm paying attention every time I go live. I was even recording a few videos this morning where I tried to record it and then I deleted it, and I tried to record it again, and I deleted it, and I tried to record it again. And all 3 times a viewer came on immediately and went away. A viewer came on and went away. And when I went live just now, there was a live viewer as well, and then went right back off. Whoever that is, I mean, you keep doing it. I hope you are coming back and watching the videos later. But if you're going to zoom in and out like that, it would be awesome if you could hit that like button while you're on, because you seem to hit every video anyway, and that would give just one little extra thumbs up for that video, helping it climb its way to the top. And speaking of that, I think I was at, where's my phone? I think I was at 511 subscribers, so got like maybe 7 or 8 subscribers. So thank you and welcome to the new subscribers. The channel is all about health, wealth, and happiness, and kind of a faith-based focus, and a faith, hope, and love focus on improving your life, improving your mindset over anything else. I mean, you want to be healthy, have a healthy mind. You want to be wealthy, have a wealthy mindset. And the more research you do, I mean, we got it pretty good in America. If you're in America watching this video, well, for one, you're in America, so you're in the most secure nation that there's ever been in the course of human history. You have the most abundant food. Me and my son talked about this. It's something I hadn't really realized. He's a very my 2 sons are incredibly intelligent. I know every parent's going to say that, but they just really impressed me. I mean, my oldest son's in college, and he is over the top brainiac. I mean, tutoring high school kids in math when he was like in grade school, and but now my younger son is proving to be quite an articulate young man, and enjoys studying the things so he was reading books about Roman history, and we were talking about the establishment of Rome and how they started growing militarily and their political and economic situations, and we were talking about their crops, and we were talking about all these things, and somehow we got onto the subject of like wealthy nations and poor nations, how wealthy nations tend to have their rich people are skinny and their poor people are fat. And poor nations, the poor people are starving to death skinny, and the wealthy people in the poor nation are the ones that are fat. It's kind of interesting, a little twist of fate. I was, like in America, the people that have the money can afford the nutritionist or the surgery or the better quality food or how whatever it is. I don't want to go too down of a dark path on this channel to say why they live way, 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 way longer than the poor people do in this country. I mean, they live decades and decades and decades longer than we do. And then like the poorest people in the, let's just say like inner city minority welfare recipients are just morbidly obese, like they have no food but the worst quality food you can get. So kind of an interesting dynamic in a rich nation compared to like a third world or a poor nation, or just historically, even even the richest nations in the world 500 years ago. I mean, their leaders didn't live as good as an American on welfare. Don't even have to work or rule anything, and have a higher quality of life than anybody throughout human history. It's pretty interesting dynamic. But anyway, we were just talking, just keeping ourselves chatty while we're working out. We got a great workout in. I did lower weights with higher reps this time, and it seemed to produce a little more of a sweat by the end of the 30-minute circuit, jumping up and down them steps and then pumping the iron, jumping up and down the steps, pumping the iron, jumping 10, 20 sets of the hat, ding, 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 20 stations. So, all right, guys, I can feel it. It is only 17 minutes into the video, but I had very, very little notes again, which doesn't bother me too much. It's making me realize that I want to say the program's getting boring, but in a lot of ways that's what I want. Like, I want my diet to get, well, boring compared to the way I used to treat food. Like I was saying, some of the fit guys at work, teasing. Well, they weren't teasing me at all, but they're just talking about what I eat compared to what they eat, and then saying, like they eat to live. They don't overeat at all. Like I saw this guy. Let's just say this candle's a box of Pringles, and he's a thin. I mean, this guy's probably 5'9", 145 or maybe 150 pounds. Fit, totally great body guy, and he opens a can of potato chips, and he bites like 2, and then like puts them back in his lunchbox, and like I'm thinking party size bag of chips, the kind I'm talking about. They're in the cylinder. What are them things called? I can't even remember right now, but I eat the whole thing I had in the past. So so compared to that kind of eating, I would rather my eating just be boring then, because if that's what excited me about eating, well, then I don't want to get excited to eat until I can be excited to eat healthy food, So I did have my cantaloupe. Remember I said I was going to have a steak and cantaloupe today? I did end up, it wasn't at the same time, but I did end up having some steak and some cantaloupe and some cheese and some nectarines, some rice. So the only bad thing I ate today was the fast food. And it was just one quick little, we hammered it down and got out of there. So not too bad, because I feel like tomorrow I'll be all alone all day. I might hit the gym and do just like cardio, or, when I say cardio, I don't even think I'm talking about breathing heavy. I might just go walk on the treadmill and hit the massage tables, or maybe go get a real massage tomorrow. That might be something to put on the agenda. I had brought it up in some other videos, especially when you're fasting, it can be good to, go in a sauna to detoxify, but be drinking a lot of water. Get massages, helps break up. You ever notice after you get a massage, you're just dehydrated, and they usually give you water because they know you got to drink water after. I drink it before and after. and it just breaks up. It's loosening up everything and letting it's getting into your bloodstream, and you got to have water to flush that stuff out. So it's good for you though. It's real good for you. I'm just scrolling through my eyes through these stacks of books. Maybe I had brought it up in some other videos to like kind of give a rundown of like some positive, like, listen to some Audible books and give like overviews of them and kind of, I mean, they're already a part of who I am and what I know about what, and, they've come out in the videos like the habits, and habit forming is all from Audible books that I've talked about, Neuro Association from another book, and different topics like that I brought up, even they're either like self-help or psychology books, but maybe to specifically have more videos where I'm just going over the book that I listened to and showing how it impacted my life and how it gave me a positive outlook and helped me form habits and blah, blah, blah. So, all right, guys, I'm like 60% all cleared up. So we'll see where I'm at tomorrow. But I think I got her whipped already. So again, jump on board with Jesus. I painted that. It's the only painting I ever did. It's not bad for a first time ever. Jump on board with Jesus because he is the winning team. There's no more game to be played. He fought the battle. He won. It's over. Jump on his team. You win too. He loves you. I love you. And I'll catch up with you again tomorrow night.